We told y'all this was going to happen. Suffocating the Patriots through creative blitzes and a swarming secondary, the Seahawks shut out New England through 3 quarters in a dominant display of defense. The Patriots D did their best to keep it close, but the sensational Seattle unit closed this down early and never let the Patriots get back in. The Seahawks spooked Drake May into his worst game of the season, orchestrated behind an excellently called defense. Seattle doesn't blitz a lot, but when they do, they almost always get home. They threw such a variety of looks at May that he looked completely lost. On 3rd down early in the game, they start off with one of McDonald's favorites, zero pop. They late creep up with the clock running down, not allowing May to audible the play, sending 7, only for the 2 D tackles to pop out into hook zones. These help protect versus quick slants or under screens, a good counter to cover 0. However, their initial rush still forces the protection slide and guarantees a free rusher. 7 rushers versus 6 blockers means someone's coming free, and Witherspoon is forcing May to run right and throw this into the sideline. We spoke about the importance of having an ability to get to another play versus this look last week, but the late creep down makes this impossible to counter, and Seattle win the down. A blitz McDonald loves and has been frequently used throughout the playoffs is hot quarters, using a 2 over the B gap path to send 5. This puts the protection in a real dilemma, especially when they send it to the side of the back. If the back is in as part of protection, the line is usually half sliding away and leaving the back responsible for the first rusher. But with 2 coming, there's always going to be a free man. If the back flares out and the guard stays backside, well, a 2-on-1 has still been created, this time on the guard. Behind this rush, the Hawks are playing match quarters, creating triangles over each of the 2 sets of receivers and distributing the routes based on release. The defense also has the ability for each of these triangles to also play palms, a different way of matching the releases, making it really tricky for quarterbacks to be sure on what they're seeing or where a defender might carry or hang in space. There's nothing open for May, and the back has a 2-on-1 disadvantage, leaving Witherspoon to scream through the B gap, light May up, and send the ball tumbling into the arms of Nwosu for the game-sealing pick 6. They ran this same blitz earlier in the game too, this time with a trips adjustment. Because the Patriots now have an overload, the Seahawks adjust by bumping 1 man of the triangle over, with only 1 real threat backside, giving them the ability to build a box over the trips and win back the numbers advantage. Backside, they have 2 threats with the receiver and back, but really, this is just 1 threat in the receiver, and here you'll see why. They have the corner jam and sit into a soft zone underneath, with the safety sitting over the top of any long route, so when May is forced to throw hot to the back, the corner can just light his ass up and dead the play. Trying to get to the back in these sets is difficult, because it often involves throwing short and with the entire defense with their eyes on the QB. Dialing the rushers up to 6, the Seahawks brought out these 2 under 3 variants from a 3-high look on long downs. The corners are playing deep, but really matching to the 1s, while 2 safeties hang in the hooks and match to the 2s, with Kobe Bryant playing center field. This allows them to line up 2 in a train over the center, trying to get an overload in the A gap. May has the right idea on how to attack this, taking a deep shot, but pressure forces this offline and into the sideline. Here it is again at midfield. There's even more disguise playing this from a 2-high safety look this time, and Ernest Jones runs from the line of scrimmage to become the 2 hook, keeping his eyes to the trip side. The Pats leave in 6 to block, but Witherspoon pulls off a beautiful swim move on Moses, crashing into May for the sack. With Witherspoon such a good blitzer, they even threw a sim pressure at May. Devin rushes the B gap into the overload side, creating a free rusher, as Boye Mafe playing end drops to form a match 3. May actually reads this well and attacks the space correctly, but he's moved off the spot by the pressure and the slightly wide ball is dropped. This video is sponsored by Game Time. The World Cup is coming and I need tickets. There's only one place to go, and that's Game Time. With Game Time, fans save up to 60% buying last-minute tickets to their favorite sports, concerts, and shows. In fact, Game Time guarantees you'll get the lowest price. If you don't, they'll credit you with 110% of the difference. Game Time also shows you panoramic views from your seat before you buy, meaning no dodgy sightlines or bad views when you turn up. You know exactly what you're getting. So make sure to visit Game Time or download the app and use our code ThinkingFootball to get $20 off your first order on the best ticket deals around. That's code ThinkingFootball for $20 off your first order. Piling on the problems, when Seattle only sent 4, they still were able to get pressure. And this is where most games are won and lost. If you can get pressure with just 4, you win the numbers game, and the offense is left searching for answers. The Patriots have the correct play call here against Seattle's cover 6, using a post wheel to force the underneath defender to chase the wheel. However, Derek Hall just bull rushes straight through Will Campbell and wraps up May. Slow punch from Campbell, and Derek Hall converts that speed to power and walks him back for the sack. More power here this time, and you know you in for a frightening night when the backup D tackle is winning like this. The lowest man wins in football, and Riley Mills gets right under the pads of the left guard, forklifting him back into May and taking both to the ground in one tackle attempt. Flat out dominant. Here, they line Jones over the left guard to force the 5-out protection, but this just works to set up the stunt on the other side. Man blocking is easier to defeat with a stunt, and Leonard Williams rips through the B gap in pursuit of May, forcing a step up where Derek Hall wraps underneath to bring him down immediately. May isn't expecting the pressure, and the ball's out and in Seattle's hands. And here it is again, this time with the twist coming from the tackles inside. The edges rush high and hard, with DeMarcus Lawrence beating Moses to the angle, forcing May to step up. However, the pocket has been completely collapsed, and May has nowhere to go but down. The modern NFL requires rush and coverage to complement each other, and Seattle displays this as well as any team you'll see, in sync to slow down reads and help the rush get home. Here, they're running their patented cover 6, running quarters to the trip side and cover 2 away. This helps perfectly blanket the Patriots' 3-deep concept while not getting confused by the switch release, and the rush forces May up and into using his legs. Watch Imanwari show his brilliance, shedding off the block and diving to swing down May. Quarters and match coverage do an excellent job to slow down the QB's information and make them hold the ball, and it works great here against the Patriots' deep crosser concept. 2 clear out the near side as Diggs runs into the space, but it takes time to develop and show itself open, creating time for a stunt to get home. May escapes, but he can only get a few on the ground as Seattle hustle hard. It's not all match. They're more than comfortable playing man. They stand 6 up, but only 4 rush as they drop into cover 1 robber and completely blanket the Pats. The trip side is completely ruined, especially with the hanging robber. And when May goes backside to his solo receiver, it's also smothered. Job does an excellent job to shove Booty into the sideline, then still has the spring to jump in front and break this up. More good man coverage here against the Patriots' boot concept leaves May holding the ball and no easy options early. Man coverage is great against boot as long as no one gets twisted and nothing is open for Drake to find. The tight end opens last second due to miscommunication, but May is already committed to the throwaway. And it was clever pass off man that created the interception. The robber defender grabs the over route, and this allows Witherspoon to drop off and become a new robber to shut down the dig. Seeing this, May thinks he has a chance to the post, but the rush has forced him off the spot and into a step up where he short arms the ball, leaving it on a platter for Julian Love to seal the game. Dominant from first whistle to last, the Seahawks won all 3 phases of the game, taking home their franchise's 2nd Lombardi. This is a young, well-coached team with plenty of cap space, so expect them to continue this dominance into next season. They've been in a class of their own over the last 2 months and have now climbed the mountaintop. The Seattle Seahawks are your deserved Super Bowl champions.